Welcome to this YSL tutorial on SQL Server 2017. In this video we'll explain how you can install the business intelligence templates in Visual Studio 2019, as it works a little differently compared to previous versions of Visual Studio. We'll begin by looking at how we can install the Community Edition of Visual Studio 2019, and as we do that we'll explain how you can choose the various workloads and components that you want to install. Once you've got the main part of the product installed, we'll then look at how you can choose to install extensions. And we'll begin by looking at how to install the Reporting Services and Analysis Services templates extension. When we've done that, we'll move on and look at how you can get access to the Integration Services templates, which are currently in preview for Visual Studio 2019. And then when we've got everything installed, we'll quickly check that we can create new projects to check that everything's running properly. So let's get started. To begin with, we'll need to install an edition of Microsoft Visual Studio. A fairly obvious way to get started with that is to Google Visual Studio, which leads you fairly shortly to the relevant product page on the Microsoft website. Following that link leads you to the Visual Studio homepage, and you can quickly download an edition of Visual Studio using the links in the middle of the page. If you want a little more information, you can follow the Downloads link at the top of the page, which takes you to a separate page comparing the various editions of Visual Studio. There's even more detail available there if you click the Compare Editions link. That will show you exactly what you can do with each of the 3 different editions available. For this video, we're going to go with the Community Edition, mainly because it's free for testing purposes and for educational purposes, which is probably why you're here, hopefully to learn about or how to follow some of our other video tutorials, or maybe you've been on a YSL course before and you just want to follow up with practicing what you learnt on the course. So at this point, all I'm going to do is click the free download button on this page, which should download and install a file and take me to a separate page thanking me for downloading Visual Studio, and of course asking me to sign up for a newsletter, which I'm not interested in at this point, so I'll just close that. There are also links in here for documentation for Visual Studio and samples and tutorials if you need extra help. Anyway, at this point, I want to click on my executable installer file. So I'm going to click on the file that's been downloaded, and that will extract some files. And then I can click yes to confirm that I want to allow the package to make changes to my machine. And then I can click continue to open the Visual Studio installer dialog box, which will happen any moment now. There we go. Perfect. The window that appears basically lets you choose which components of Visual Studio you'd like to install at this point in time. You're not limited by your choice here. You can always come back to this dialog box and add further components or remove components later on. And there's a couple of ways you can choose the items you want to install. If you know exactly what you're doing, you can head on to the individual components link at the top of the page and then individually choose every last little aspect of Visual Studio that you want to install at this point. You kind of have to know what you're doing there, of course. Slightly easier is to use the Workloads page. Each workload groups together a set of components for developing a specific type of application. So for example, if I was interested in ASP.NET and web development, I could check the workload for that, and that would include the various components for that particular type of application. As it happens, none of the workloads actually include anything to do with business intelligence templates. So there's nothing in here to do with reporting services or integration services or analysis services. We'll have to install all of those templates as separate extensions after installing the main part of the product. One thing you might be interested in doing here, however, if I scroll down to the workload called Data Storage and Processing, if I check that workload, you'll see an item appears in the list on the right hand side called SQL Server Data Tools, which is a name you may be familiar with from previous versions of SQL Server. This used to be the name of the package which included all the business intelligence templates, but that's no longer the case. SQL Server Data Tools here is just for creating essentially SQL Server database projects. So you can use Visual Studio to build a database from scratch, designing all your tables, choosing data types, etc. I'm actually going to include that because I want to install it anyway at some point myself, so I am going to include this one here. Bear in mind I could always come back later on and choose to include it afterwards. I don't really care about the Azure Data Lake and Stream Analytics tools, so just to reduce the amount of space required, I'm going to uncheck the Azure Data Lake option, which changes how much space I need to install it. I'll include the .NET Framework stuff, And then with that done, I can have a quick look on the language packs to see if I want to install any extra languages. And I can also change installation locations from the installation locations page. To get started with the install, I can choose either to begin installing while downloading the other files, or I can choose to download everything and then install once everything has been downloaded. To save some time, I'll choose install while downloading. Then if I click the install button, I get the option to take a quick survey, which I'm not going to bother doing right now. And I'm also just going to uncheck the start after installation checkbox, just to make sure the product doesn't just immediately begin. Now, of course, installing the product could take a bit of time, so I don't want you to have to watch a bunch of progress bars going to completion. So at this point, I'm just going to pause the video and we'll pick that up when that has finished. Okay, so that's the product finished installing. I've got several choices I can make now from the installer tool. I could launch the product immediately, or I could choose to uninstall it, repair it, etc. I can also choose to modify it if I wanted to modify the components I've installed. If I want to rerun the installer tool afterwards, let's say I closed it down, I can head back to my start menu and then scroll down to the section labelled with V, so for the Visual Studio section. I could launch Visual Studio 2019 directly from the link there, or I could launch the installer tool from the Visual Studio installer item in the list. So this brings me back, and again, once it's ready, I can use this tool to make changes to the installation. At this point, I'm just going to close down the installer tool, and what we'll do instead is we'll head to the start menu and scroll down to find Visual Studio 2019, and we'll launch it from the start menu just by clicking on the Visual Studio 2019 link. The first time you do this, it may take a little time just to set up the application, and then it'll ask you to sign into your Visual Studio account. If you don't have one already, you can create a Microsoft account fairly easily. For now, I'm just going to choose not now, maybe later, just to open up the product itself. We get to pick a particular theme for the application and choose a particular set of development settings. General will be more than fine for our purposes. So at this point, I'm just going to click the Start Visual Studio button to actually open up the application. Again, this may take a little while the first time you do this, just to prepare the application for first-time use. The window that appears allows me to either open up an existing project or open up a new one with the various templates that I currently have installed. Of course, the problem we've got at this stage is if I choose to create a new project and look at the list of templates, I don't have anything in this list of templates to do with reporting services or integration services or analysis services. I do have my SQL Server database project from the SQL Server Data Tools component I installed, but that's not much use to me right now. So at this point, I'm going to click back, and instead what I'm going to do is choose to continue without code. And that will just open up the empty application, and that will give me access to downloading extensions for Visual Studio. If I click on the extensions option and then choose manage extensions, I'll get taken to a separate dialog box that lets me search for items in the marketplace. The easiest way to do this is to click on the online option on the left hand side to visit the Visual Studio Marketplace, and this will give you access to a whole range of different extensions available. Now, you may well be able to make out already that some of the most popular downloads are the ones that we want to download and install ourselves. So there's one for analysis services projects and another one for reporting services projects. For integration services projects, we can search for that shortly. And annoyingly, we have to do this one at a time. So I'm going to start by installing the reporting services project by selecting it and then clicking the download button. And then again, so that you don't have to watch a progress bar reach the end, I'll just pause the video at this point and let that download and install. Okay, so that's the reporting services component downloaded. It hasn't actually been installed yet, and it won't be until we close Microsoft Visual Studio. So while we're here, let's also download the analysis services projects. If I select that option, then click download, and then once again, I'll just pause the video while that happens. Okay, so that's the analysis services projects downloaded as well. They haven't installed yet, just like reporting services. That won't happen until we close down Visual Studio. So before we go away and search for the integration services projects, let's close down the extensions window and then exit from Visual Studio just to give those downloaded packages a chance to install. And again, rather than bore you by making you watch an installer tool go through its job, I think I'll pause the video at this point and let that complete. Okay, so the installer is ready to get on and install the things we downloaded. Just wanted to show you this step where we need to click the modify button to allow that to happen. So if I click modify, it will then begin the actual installation of those 2 extra extensions. Okay, so the 2 new extensions are installed. We can close down this little final message and then restart Visual Studio just to check that that's taken place. So let's head back to the Start menu and then scroll down to the Visual Studio section and find Visual Studio 2019. And when it finally loads, we'll be presented with a selection of either new projects or existing projects. If we choose Create a New Project this time, what we should see is that we now have extra solutions or extra templates available. If we scroll down far enough, we ought to find our Analysis Services project templates and our Reporting Services project templates there as well. So it looks like those extensions have installed properly. At this point, we might want to quickly check that we can indeed create a new, for instance, Report Server project by selecting that template and then clicking Next. We can then choose what name to give the project and where to install it. I'm going to create my new project. Let's just create it on my desktop just quickly, and then we can select that folder. The solution name can be the same as the project name for testing. It's absolutely fine. And then let's click Create. And let's just make sure that the template actually works. I can see my new project folder has appeared on my desktop, and it looks like I've succeeded in creating a new Reporting Services project. At least that's what the message tells me down here at the bottom. Okay, so at this point, let's head back to the Extensions menu and choose to Manage Extensions. If you did want to uninstall any of the 2 extensions you've already added, you can select them in the list here and then choose to uninstall them. Let's have a quick look for the Integration Services projects. If you remember from earlier on when we looked at the Marketplace list, the Integration Services project wasn't in the most common downloads list. So let's have a quick search for Integration Services. If I start typing in Integration Services into the search box, I should find that when Integration Services does appear, and there it is, SQL Server Integration Services projects, it's indicated as being currently in preview, so it's not completely released yet. The final version hasn't been released. If you want to find a little more information about what that means, you can select the item in the list and then click the More Information button or link on the right hand side, and that will take us to the Marketplace website, and that will explain any current known issues with the product. So there might be enough in this list here to put you off installing the Integration Services project templates just for the moment. If you're happy with all the known issues and you're happy that this is going to be updated anyway eventually and you'll get to a fully working version, you can just click the download button. So you don't download it from the extensions dialog box in Visual Studio. We install Integration Services projects from the Marketplace. So if I click the download button here, I'll end up with an installer file downloading. So there's a few hundred megabytes to download. So I'll just pause the video again at this point and come back when that's finished. Okay, so now that's finished, I can just click on the executable file that's been downloaded to start the installation process. When the wizard finally begins, before I continue, I'm just going to head back to Visual Studio and make sure I've closed down any windows and indeed closed down Visual Studio itself. And then when that's happened, I can head back to the installer wizard and click Next. I get to pick between one of the 2 versions of Visual Studio I have installed, although one of them isn't supported anyway, so I really only have one choice. And with that selected, I can click the Install button to begin the installation of the product. I'll choose Yes to confirm that I want that to happen, and then once again I'll pause the video and pick this back up when it's finished. Okay, so that's the installation finished, and the final message is to tell us to restart the machine to complete the setup. So again, I'll pause the video at this point and then restart and then come back when that's finished. Okay, so we're back after the restart and we should just quickly check that we can successfully create an Integration Services project. So let's launch Visual Studio from the Start menu, Visual Studio 2019 that is, and then when the menu appears we can click Create a New Project. and we should be able to find the integration services project templates in the list. In fact, apparently this set of templates is so good, we've got integration services project installed twice for some reason. You can see I've actually already tested both versions of this in the recent project templates list here. I'm not aware of anything I did wrong, and there's nothing in the list of known issues with the preview of integration services project templates. So yeah, I'm at a loss to explain that one. Both templates appear to create exactly the same sort of project. There's no difference whatsoever that I could determine with a quick look. So it doesn't seem to matter which of the two I pick. I'll pick integration services project, the top one, click next. I'll set the project to be created on my desktop so we can see it appear, and then click create to create this new project. Shouldn't take too long. Visual Studio launches and it populates the toolbox and the various other windows for us as well. Okay, so you're now at the stage where you have all the business intelligence templates installed and you're ready to start creating projects for integration services, reporting services, or analysis services. So you can now follow along with one of our other video series or just practice some of the skills and some of the exercises you picked up from one of our WiseOwl training courses. Hope you found that one useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.